The sun cut through the morning mist like a blade. Pine trees whispered in the crisp mountain air, and birds chirped unaware of the chaos brewing below. A modern glass-and-stone mansion stood tall, too tall, some might say, against the natural beauty of the alpine ridge. Linda Drexler stood with authority at the edge of the swimming pool, arms folded, clad in a hot pink blazer that blazed brighter than the rising sun. She stared at the building, her jaw locked tight. Behind her, a bulldozer idled with a low mechanical growl, awaiting her signal. "Where is he?" she barked in her headset. Her assistant's voice crackled through the earpiece. "Victor Harrow is on site. Just pulled up in his black Mercedes." Linda's eyes didn't shift. "Then tell him to step out and face what he's done." This was no ordinary house. It was a palace built in defiance of the law. Harrow had violated nearly every regulation in the book: illegal permits, protected land violations, workers' safety issues. But it wasn't until he ignored 7 government notices and a $2 million fine that Linda, head of Mountain District Code Enforcement, decided it was time to make a statement. A big one. From behind the car, a man emerged, dressed in black with mirrored sunglasses. He walked slowly toward her, his every step a performance. "Linda," he said, flashing a grin that didn't reach his eyes. "I expected a letter, not a demolition crew." Linda didn't flinch. "Pay your fine now, coward." His smirk widened. Coward? Strong words for someone hiding behind a bulldozer. She stepped forward. "You built this house on stolen ground. Ignored orders. Lied under oath. I'm done playing polite." Victor's hand brushed the hood of his car, as if considering his next move. "You know as well as I do this house won't fall without taking a few secrets down with it." Linda narrowed her eyes. "Let it." From behind them, the roar of the excavator grew louder as the machine shifted gears. The crew, dressed in neon. Linda's eyes flicked to the detective, then back to Victor, who stood with a smug but wary expression. Carla didn't wait for an invitation. She stepped forward, holding out the flash drive like it was a bomb about to explode. "This has everything: emails, contracts, recordings. Evidence tying Victor Harrow and several city officials to a massive corruption scheme." Linda's heart raced, but she kept her voice steady. "Explain." Carla nodded at the crew to hold back the demolition. The bulldozer slowed to a stop, dust settling in the late morning sun. Victor scowled. "You're wasting time." Linda ignored him. "Go on." Detective Voss pulled out her phone and connected it to a nearby portable screen, projecting images and videos for everyone to see. The first file was an email chain, clear proof that Victor had bribed Mayor Tolland and several city inspectors to approve his illegal construction. The next was an audio recording of a secret meeting, where voices discussed how to hide the mansion's expansions under fake permits and ignore environmental laws. Linda's jaw tightened. "So, this isn't just about the house." "No," Carla said grimly. "It's about power, money, and people who think they're above the law." Victor's face darkened. "You think this changes anything? I own this mountain. You're just angry little ants." Linda's voice dropped to a dangerous whisper. "Then it's time to crush you." Victor's hand twitched toward his car. Before he could reach for anything, Carla held up her badge. "I'm placing you under arrest, Victor Harrow, for bribery, fraud, and destruction of protected land." Victor laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. "You have no idea what you're stepping into." Linda motioned to the construction crew. "Keep this place intact. No demolition until we sort this mess out." The workers exchanged relieved glances, stepping back from their machines. As officers arrived to take Victor into custody, Linda turned to Carla. "This is bigger than I thought." Victor Harrow's arrest sent ripples through the Mountain District. The news spread quickly, stirring both hope and fear. In the grand halls of the city council, whispers grew louder. Mayor Tolland, once untouchable, suddenly found himself under a microscope. Linda Drexler sat in her modest office, files and photos spread across her desk. The weight of the investigation pressed heavily on her shoulders. Carla Voss paced the room, her expression grim. "We have Victor, but the bigger fish is still out there," Carla said. "Tolland's ties to the developers run deep. If we're going to break this wide open, we need proof." Linda nodded. "We've got the mansion, The flash drive, Victor's confession, but Tallon won't fall for that. You got protection. Carla pulled out a folder thick with documents. There's something else. Offshore accounts. Shell companies linked to Tallon. Money trail leads straight back to this illegal construction. Linda felt a surge of determination. Then we follow the money. Days later, under the cover of night, Linda and Carla met with an informant in a quiet cafe. The informant, a nervous man with darting eyes, slid an envelope across the table. "Everything you want to know is in here," he whispered. "Emails, bank transfers, recordings. Tallon's dirty secrets." Linda glanced at Carla. "We have what we need." Back at headquarters, the two women worked tirelessly to piece together the puzzle. Each document, each wire transfer painted a clearer picture of corruption and greed. Meanwhile, at City Hall, Mayor Tallon watched the news with growing unease. His political career, built on years of carefully hidden deals, was unraveling. His advisor leaned in. "You need to act fast, sir. The investigators are closing in." Tallon's eyes narrowed. "Then we make sure they don't get any closer." Back at the mansion site, the atmosphere shifted. What started as a simple demolition turned into a battlefield of wills. Construction crews worked under